Welcome to today's episode of the Crizz's Cheesing It Up. Today is all about one of the world's most popular cheeses and one of my personal favorites, cheddar cheese. We're going to be giving a little cheddar cheese history. Then we're going to settle a long-term debate, yellow versus white cheddar, once and for all. Last, we are going to be sampling 10 of these delicious cheeses, rating them, so on your next cheese adventure, you know exactly what to buy. Stay tuned. Let's start with some cheddar cheese history because, let's be honest, everybody needs some random obscure knowledge to impress your guests or anybody if the topic of cheese comes up. So here we go. Cheddar cheese's origins can be traced back to Cheddar, England in Somerset. Yes, you heard me right. There is actually a place called Cheddar, England. And so back in the 12th century, those cheeses didn't taste quite the same that they do today, but the cheeses became so famous and popular that production began all the way around the world, and the modern cheddar was really introduced sometime during the 19th century, but continued to keep its namesake in Cheddar, England after all these specific years. So thank you, Cheddar, England, for delivering one of the most delicious cheeses in the world. We're going to be moving into sampling all these different types of delicious cheeses in just a couple minutes. But first, let's talk a little about some of the differences between some of the cheeses. So you do have some mild cheddars, you could have medium cheddars, you could have sharp and extra sharp. For the purposes of today, since I am a fan of sharp cheddar, all these cheeses are extra sharp cheddars. Now, people sometimes ask me, what are the differences between a mild cheddar versus an extra sharp cheddar? Well, first and foremost, an extra sharp cheddar has quite a bit more bite and quite a bit more flavor. But at the end of the day, the only difference between your mild and your extra sharp cheddar, it really boils down to how long these specific cheeses are aged for. Your mild cheddars, tend to be just aged a few months, at most, and then the more that you age your cheese, typically once you get to extra sharp cheese, you'll see 12 plus months of aging, and you certainly see even some cheddar cheeses aged as long as a couple years, which again tend to make them a little bit more of a crumbly cheese, and they tend to be a little bit harder than some of your more mild cheeses, which again tend to be a little bit soft. We're going to be sampling 10 different types of cheese today, and we're going to be starting with your entry-level cheeses, your cheeses that you typically find in the dairy aisle, really close to the butter. You'll see some shredded cheeses over there, you'll see sour cream, and those tend to be more of our entry-level cheddar cheeses. These are the ones you're probably going to be seeing on sale, most often. My initial hypothesis is because a lot of those cheddars tend not to be aged as long as some of the higher end ones that you may find around the deli area. I'm probably not going to like those as much, but we're going to give that a taste test today, and we're going to say, hey, is it worth paying a little extra for the cheddar cheese? I think so, but we're going to find out in a few minutes. So we are starting with our basic cheddars. So what we have here is a Cabot Seriously Sharp. We also have a New York Extra Sharp. We have a Cracker Barrel Extra Sharp. And then we also have a Cracker Barrel Reserve.
Good flavor on it. Texture's not there for me, honestly. It's not too much of a sharp cheddar.
This one's quite a bit sharper.
This is the best one you've had.
This is the best one I've had.
Okay.
Which one did I have?
So even worse texture. Really just disintegrates in your mouth. I don't like that one at all, honestly. Kind of cheddar flavor, but it's really not doing that for me. That one's not that good. even worse though. Would it get worse in texture? Like, damn. This one tastes like a very like moldy mozzarella, honestly, at this point. So,
A moldy mozzarella?
this one's actually a little bit better than the last one.
We are now going to be trying some of our premium cheeses here. So we have quite a few premium cheeses. We have a Yancey extra sharp cheddar. We have 2 old world cheddars. We also have a Kerrygold reserve cheddar, a seriously sharp Cabot cheddar as well. So we are now going to have Andrew sample a number of these different cheeses, and he's going to tell us which one he likes the best. Now, I do have to tell you, before this specific blind taste test, he talked a lot about Old Crock and liking the Old Crock cheese. So we'll see if that continues to hold true during this blind taste test. So here we go. You ready, Andrew?
I'm ready, Robert.
So how do you feel about the first one? Is it better than the first group of cheeses?
Absolutely. It's a significant, it's a significant more bite, but you can taste the difference.
Good. All right. So we're going to move on to the next one here. I cut this one a little bit thicker. My apologies. What are you thinking? Do you like it better than the first cheese?
Well, there's a lot more to chew, so I have to actually just kind of think about it a little bit more. So I do actually. I do like it better than
You
the
do
first
like it?
cheese.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's also a very fine cheese. What are you tasting? What's your palate telling you?
A lot of oaky hints in there.
Oaky hints?
A little bit of oaky hints in there.
Okay. Well, this is probably one of the longer aged cheeses you're going to try today.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's definitely a cheddar. I actually like that one a little bit less.
A little bit less, okay.
Yeah, than the other
A
ones.
little bit less than the first two, okay.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely still a little bit better than the first grouping. You can taste it by the quality, the way that it kind of melts in your mouth. It had a great flavor. It just really, it was monumental difference between the first group.
Okay.
Honestly, it was delicious. You know, you taste that with a cracker, anything like that. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's try the next one here then.
That's delicious.
It's delicious.
There's definitely some extra sharp right there. Ooh, that's my favorite right there.
Favorite?
Absolutely.
Right there?
I'd like another piece of that if you can afford it.
Yeah, sure. Here you go. I do have a little extra piece there for you.
That is a fantastic cheese. Whatever that one is, sign me up. That would go great with crackers, a little bit of honey drizzled on top, maybe like one single almond. Delicious. Fantastic.
So you ready for the fifth cheese that we're trying?
There's no fifth cheese, is there?
There is. Yeah, this is the fifth one.
This is the bonus round, right?
No. There's only 6 cheeses in this round.
There's 6?
There's 6 cheeses in this round.
Oh, shit.
Okay. All right, ready?
This is the Old Crock. Delicious cheese, honestly. It is a great cheese.
What identifies the Old Crock cheese?
Honestly, the Old Crock cheese, it's a cheddar cheese. However, it kind of has like a bite of a Parmesan. It's a very good cheese. I like the Old Crock cheese. It's delicious. It has a fantastic flavor. Would go great with any cracker that you buy, you know, for any party. People would love it.
So last cheese, this is the 6th cheese in our segment. Give that one a try.
This is a solid cheese. Whatever this one is, this is a good, solid cheddar cheese. I mean, it's I wouldn't say it's as high as the last two that I tasted.
So take that blindfold off.
Oh no.
We're gonna find out which ones you rated the highest. Okay? So the lowest two rated were the Yancey Fancy Extra Sharp Cheddar.
It's yellow, so no shit.
The yellow?
Yeah, yellow. You don't think there's a difference between the yellow and the white cheddar cheeses?
No, it's just an additive. Now, granted, this is a completely different brand. It's a completely different brand. So
Okay.
maybe Yancey's Extra Sharp Cheddar just may not be a favorite of yours. And then we also have a Kerrygold. So those were the two lowest rated of our cheeses. I wanted to take a minute to address a cheese bias. So many people have preferences between yellow and white, thinking yellow is better or no, white is better. Andrew, he is suffering from a white cheese bias here. But when we actually break it down, is there really a difference between these types of cheeses? Well, the only difference, to be honest with you, outside of the brand of cheese, is the fact that yellow cheese manufacturers will add a food coloring ingredient to give it the consistent yellow color. The reason why this was done years ago was to hide some imperfections that tend to be more common in white cheese. White cheese is known notoriously to change color depending on a specific cow's diet, and the bottom line is manufacturers years ago would dye these types of cheeses to provide a more consistent color. So naturally, there are a lot of people that feel that yellow cheeses are premium. Some still feel that white cheeses tend to be the better option because they feel they're just more natural versus some of the yellow cheeses. If you are somebody that prefers a specific color cheese, you likely have a brand preference rather than an actual color preference in cheese. I'd encourage you to try it out for yourself. And our two highest rated cheeses were the Cabot 18 months seriously sharp cheddar and the Old Crock, which you absolutely 100% nailed. So great job identifying those cheeses. And then our two runners up were actually the Old World. So the Old World cheeses, I bought both of these because they were buy one get one free in the store. But still, very good options. If you can get these buy one get one free, I think your party goers will be very happy with the selection.
Absolutely.
This is a great blindfold. Can't see anything.
That's fantastic. Honestly, I literally you're just relying on all of your other senses besides sight.
This is a pillowcase. This is a great blindfold. All right, I'm ready. Let's do this.
Ready? Okay.
Let's go. It's really nice dropping. Let's go.
How do you feel about this one, Rob?
This one's feeling a lot weaker than the previous one that I have. I gotta be honest. It's funny, when you first sample this cheese, you don't get a lot of bite. On the back end, definitely tastes a little bit better.
Okay.
You gave me a little small piece, but this one's good. Oh yeah. This is probably my number one so far that I've had.
You ready for the fifth cheese?
I'm ready for the fifth cheese.
Okay. Here we go.
There's a lot in there, sorry. This one's falling apart. I'll tell you what, there's some really nice crystallization to this one. This is the Old Crock.
That's the Old Crock.
This is really good. This is really, really good. I tell you what, this compared to the Old Crock, no contest.
The fourth one that you tried actually was the seriously sharp Cabot? Cabot?
Cabot?
Cabot?
Well, you know. To each his own, you know? I mean, if you want to do like more of a fancy pronunciation, just Cabot.
Or how about Cabot?
Cabot. I meant the Cabot cheese.
Cabot. And obviously the fifth one that you tried that you nailed straight on again was the Old Crock. I mean,
What do you have to say about the Old Crock? It was a fantastic cheese.
It was a fantastic cheese. There's a great crystallization, to it. And I did pick up those notes of Parmesan that you were mentioning as well.
Yeah, right.
I wasn't expecting it, but as soon as that Old Crock hit my mouth, I was like, whoa, this has a lot of great flavor. Definitely a very underrated cheese. And you know what? Out of all these cheeses, this is the least expensive one, $4.79, not on sale, versus all the other cheeses. To me, I don't know about you, but that's probably one of our winners here.
Absolutely, Rob. I totally agree with you on there. And actually, one of my favorite parts about the cheese, a lot of people will say differently, but like one of my favorite parts about the Old Crock is it breaks apart so easily. Like as a strip, like if you just cut a strip of it and you only want half of the strip, it just crumbles. Just crumbles in your hand, and that is a fantastic feature. Even if you have a small little piece, you still get all the flavor packed into one little piece. So
did we rank the top two cheeses the same?
I think we did. I think we actually ranked the top two cheeses the same, and I think we actually ranked the bottom cheese the same as well.
There you have it. So Old Crock, Cabot, Seriously Sharp, you guys doing a great job. So for our viewers out there, make sure you're picking up one of these two cheeses. Now, the question for you is, were these significantly better than the budget cheeses that we ranked first?
Absolutely. Honestly, what were the budget prices over here for the cheeses here? I mean, the Cracker Barrel cheese.
Generally, they're $2 to $4. Generally, so you might get 2 to 4 on sale.
Okay.
Old Crock starts at $4.79. Sometimes you might get a pretty good deal where you might get 2 for $5 on the Old Crock. Do you think it's worth 50 cents more?
Absolutely.
Thanks for watching, everybody, today. And hopefully you learned a little bit more about cheddar cheese and what to purchase on your next trip to the grocery store or wherever you buy your specific cheeses. Keep in mind, we only sampled 10 cheeses today. There's thousands and thousands of cheddar cheese options that are simply great out there. We're probably not going to be able to get to all of them, but so give us a shout out. If there's specific cheddar cheeses that are your favorite, let us know. We'd love to try them. We'd love to rank them and rate them. We're continuing to update our list on an ongoing basis so you can be informed on what the best types of cheddar cheese are to purchase. Until next time, keep cheesing it up.